Hi everyone. So yes, you read the title correctly. Jeff Cavaliere of ATHLEAN-X is using fake weights in his workout videos, and he's doing this for no other reason than to just make himself look stronger than he really is, for social media clout, to, make himself look more impressive so he can sell more programs. And I'm sure this will piss off a lot of Jeff's fanboys. Whenever I make videos criticizing Jeff, they get mad at me. But watch this video to the end. I'm sure by the end of it, you will be convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that Jeff is in fact using fake weights just for social media clout, so he can sell programs to make it look as though he knows what he's talking about, which I think is really shady, and he should be called out for this. Now, I'm not the first one to discover this. I actually got this information from the YouTube channel Cavaliere-X. He's done a lot of videos on Jeff, but I've gotten this information from his Jeff Cavaliere fake weights video. And I'm going to be referencing a lot of the points and video footage that Cavaliere-X used in his video, so check out Cavaliere-X's channel, and I'll link his video on this topic in the description down below. And Inkiri Elite Fitness has also challenged Jeff to a deadlift competition. So, because he's also convinced that Jeff is using fake weights. So check out both of those videos and their channels in the description down below. I'll have those linked. But yeah, let's get right into this. Let's go over all of the evidence that Jeff is using fake weights. So here is Exhibit A, and in this video, Jeff is performing the pin press, and we are to believe he is lifting 315 pounds. And there are some things in this video that just make it a dead giveaway that he's lifting with fake weights. For one thing, again, he's supposedly lifting 315, but he's doing it absolutely effortlessly as if there's no weight on the bar. 315 is heavy. I've only ever been able to bench 315 for a 1-rep max, and Jeff is just lifting it for multiple reps like it's nothing. Now, does that mean, no naturals can lift 315 for multiple repetitions? No, there are plenty of naturals that can do that. But the way Jeff is moving the bar, it's just obvious that these weights are fake. What you'd expect to see is that at the bottom of the movement, the bar moves very slowly because he has less leverage at the bottom, and he also has to work to balance the weight. And then as he moves towards the lockout, he gets more leverage and the bar speed increases. That's not what's happening. Jeff is just rocketing the weight up on each repetition like it doesn't weigh anything. Now compare this to a real 315-pound pin press. What you'll see with this guy is, at the bottom of the movement, the bar moves very slowly, and as he gets towards the lockout, the bar speed increases. So these weights are very obviously real, and what you'll also notice with this video is that this guy has to rest the bar and reset after each repetition. That's because if you don't do this, you'll lose balance. The bar will just end up bending to one side, and if that happens with a heavy weight like 315, you'll just lose balance and the weight will just come crashing down. In Jeff's video, on the other hand, you'll notice that when Jeff brings the bar down, he's actually hitting the pins unevenly. The bar is totally unbalanced, yet despite this, unbalanced bar, he's still able to rocket the weight up as if it weighs nothing. You can't do that when you're benching heavy like this. It's just totally impossible. And I know a lot of ATHLEAN-X fanboys will make up excuses for him and say, oh, well, Jeff is just super strong because he's this, super smart, amazing personal trainer. So yeah, 315 for him, oh, that's nothing. No, Jeff is not a strong bench presser. There is absolutely no way in hell that he's improved his bench so much that he can do 315 pin presses just effortlessly, even when the weight is unbalanced. Yeah, he can still rocket the weight up. And I know this because his chest training is absolutely horrible. This video that I showed you, it was made in 2015. Just a year before this, he was making videos where he was advocating that people do half reps on the Smith machine to work their chest. His chest training is horrible.
Why don't you try doing the exercise the right way? And that is, guys, as I show you here, forget about lowering the bar all the way to your chest. I've already talked about, as a physical therapist, the risk reward to go this extra couple inches for whatever you think that extra stretch is are not beneficial enough to make it worth your while.
So there's absolutely no way that Jeff can rep out 315 like it weighs absolutely nothing when just the year before he was doing this stupid crap. Oh yeah, half reps on the Smith machine, and his whole setup was totally unstable. You can see him like constantly shifting his feet. There's no way a guy was training like this and then just the year later, yeah, he can rep out 315 like nothing. Impossible. These weights are clearly fake. And what's also interesting is that you'll notice the barbells that he's using, they're all different. At the very end, the end barbell on the bench press he's doing here, it's this very modern plate that's like rubberized. You see more of these plates in his gym. These are actually the plates that he normally does videos with, but the other plates on the bar, they're different. That's interesting. And you'll also see him use these same barbells in other lifting videos that also seem fake. So here's a video clip of Jeff from 2014 where he's performing barbell bicep curls with what is supposedly 135 pounds, and he's using those same barbells that he was using in his fake bench press video. And what a surprise, the weight is lifting, like going up as if there's nothing on the bar. And 135 for barbell curls, that's an extremely challenging weight. It's heavy. When I do barbell curls with that sort of weight, it's so heavy that I just have to lean back just for balance. Not even to cheat the weight up, just to balance because it's so much weight in front of you. Jeff, on the other hand, rather than leaning backwards to balance himself, he's leaning forward and, again, just lifting the weight up like there's nothing on the bar. And you can compare this to other lifting footage that he has from that same year. This lift is clearly fake. Here's a clip of him doing barbell curls with only 95 pounds. And clearly, these weights are real because you can see he's actually struggling. He's swinging it a little bit. He has to lean back to compensate for the weight that's in front of him. He's obviously lifting with real weights here, whereas the other set of barbells, they're fake. And Cavaliere-X was actually able to find an eBay listing where people are selling this exact fake barbell set, and you can see it's exactly perfectly identical to the fake barbells that Jeff is using in these videos. And this isn't just something that he did like way back early on in his channel. This is something that he's consistently been doing. You can see a lot of different videos of him doing barbell curls with these same fake barbells and just lifting it up easily. And it's obvious why he's doing it. It's because barbell curls, it's not a particularly strong lift for him. And there's other lifts that he's not particularly strong in where he's felt pressured to fake the lift to make himself look more impressive. We've already seen the bench press video, the curls, and he's also done this with deadlifts. So in this video, Jeff is performing deadlifts, and supposedly he's lifting 495 pounds, but again, it's very obviously fake. For one thing, you can tell the two end plates on each side, they're the fake weights he uses. And if he has nearly 500 pounds on the bar, you'd expect to see some flex, especially since he's doing touch and go deadlifts and bouncing it off the floor. You'd expect to see the bar whip, flex around, but it doesn't do that. It's staying pretty much solid, and you can tell when the barbell just impacts the floor. It's not a very hard, forceful impact. It looks more like he's lifting with 225 or maybe 315, not nearly 500 pounds. So again, clearly a fake lift, and again, we can compare this lift with other real lifts that he's done. He was working out with Seamus at one point, like a few years ago, and he was struggling to do rows with only like 155. Are you telling me a guy who has difficulty rowing 155 can get multiple repetitions with almost 500 pounds on the deadlift? That doesn't make any sense. He also did a back workout a little while ago, I think it was last year, where he was deadlifting 225. And again, you can see he's kind of having difficulty with 225. It doesn't make sense that he can get multiple reps with nearly 500, and he's having a bit of difficulty, and you're seeing kind of a low bar speed with only 225 pounds. So again, clearly a fake lift. So again, I don't think there's any denying that Jeff has been using fake weights, and the reason he's been doing this, the only reason I can think of, is basically for social media clout. So people think he's strong, a lot stronger than he really is, so that when people see him, like, oh wow, he looks amazing and he's like really strong. Gee, maybe I should buy his programs and I should keep watching his videos and support him. It's all like this is a scam. It's a scam to make money. It's no different than, you know, supplement advertisements where they say, oh, this guy was like really skinny before, but then he gained a ton of muscle just from taking the supplement. Same thing, only, you know, it's packaged differently. Jeff is just trying to sell his information, his advice, his programs, and for a long time he's been using these fake weights as, you know, part of the means to do that. And like, look, I think Jeff is a natural lifter, and he's made the choice to stay very lean all year round. And I'm sure he has to do a lot of like cardio and other, you know, physical activity to maintain that level of leanness that would interfere with his weight training. And look, when you're a natural lifter and you're not taking any kind of steroids to help boost your strength, when you're eating a very low calorie diet and you have to do all this additional exercise that interferes with your weight training, that's going to come at a cost, and you're not going to be able to make these sorts of lifts. You're not going to be able to bench like 315 effortlessly for reps. You're not going to be able to deadlift over 500 pounds. It's just not realistic, and Jeff has been selling something to you that isn't realistic. And again, he has to answer for this. Again, check out Cavaliere-X. He's not only gone into further detail about Jeff's fake weights, but he's also made a lot of other videos criticizing Jeff's advice. So I recommend you check out Cavaliere-X and Kiri Elite Fitness as well. He's challenged Jeff to a deadlift competition. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything. Maybe I'm just stupid or crazy. Jeff could very easily disprove all of this by, again, making a video weighing out all of his weights and without any cuts or, you know, trick photography, just doing these lifts legit. And I don't think he's going to do that. I think Jeff is smart enough where he knows, like, look, he has a massive audience, a huge fan base. He's probably smart enough to just ignore people like me and just act like this never happened. But I think he has to answer for this. Share this video. Try to make Jeff acknowledge this. I know Jeff is very active on Instagram. Try to, you know, bring this to Jeff's attention, maybe on Instagram. And yeah, with all of that said, keep making those vegan and real weight gains.